Hi friends, welcome back. So today I decided to do a video about my math block. I'm a special education teacher and I teach kindergarten through second grade, so our abilities do vary and it's kind of a big gap between them. Kindergarten, so we're talking about like a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old, so I do have to teach in a different way, and so let me show you what I do. So this is where we start for math. Everybody will come to the carpet and you can see their sit spots. All the kids have their own colors. I really like this area to just kind of get everybody together, and then I let everybody go into their groups. I'll assign groups at this time and tell them which group I need to stay at the carpet and then which group will go to their next stations. This is where I'm going to do my small group teaching for either group 1 or group 2. Right now I just have 2 groups for math. After we do our little lesson that we have for about 15 minutes, that's how much my station rotation time is, 15 minutes, and then they go to their next station. This is where I keep my materials for my groups. Like I said, I only have 2 groups at this time. And so I'll put everything I need for group 1 in my bucket and then everything I need for group 2. That way I have everything just organized and ready to go for my small group teaching at the carpet. So after the students are on the carpet with me, they'll go to their next station, which will be their math tabs. And they are sorted out for group 1 and group 2. So in this station, I don't have a lot of materials. It just can be very overwhelming for the students not knowing exactly what to get. So I do have them labeled and they are sectioned off so they know exactly where to go. So down here at the bottom, I do have my stations for my kindergarten and my first grade. So what they would do is they'd be assigned a tab for the day. So they'll rotate for the next time, they'll go to a different number. So if they come and get number 3, and they know how to put them up too because they're numbered. So they would, I have everything in bags. Now, might not be the prettiest, but it is easy for them to be able to take a bag out, and then they are to work the station. And after they get done with it, then they put it back into the bucket. So this one is from Lakeshore, and it's already labeled 11 through 20. So these are only 11 through 20 because we are working on that specific numbers right now, making sets. So they would just dump out everything that they're going to do, and they would have to count how many stars are on it, and then they would have to find the number. So when they find the number, they just put it in the key, they turn it, and when they turn it, it opens. And so that's how they know that they're right. I love it because it's self-checking. And then also, I mean, if they could read it, it would be down here at the bottom too. But I like it for making sets. It's great. They count the stars and then they find the number and match it. So sometimes their stations are things that we worked on in class, but then it's also review things that we've already done. Or they could be things that they're working on their IEP, but mostly it's probably from classwork that we've worked on and things that we've done in class. So it's just mostly for just a review and to work on their skills that they've already learned. So this one, they can This is from Lakeshore also. Super cute. It comes with, I want to say, 8 shapes, but I only put 4 just because there's too many of these cards, and when they have too many, they get really distracted. And so I only put like 4, and then for the big cards, they can also flip it over and use it this way. So the ones that need different type of support, we can flip it over, and they can find the shapes this way, and then they would sort them. When they're finished, they put everything back into the bag, and they put it back into the correct bucket that they got it out of, and then they can choose something else to do. Whenever I tell them it's time to put everything up, which I use my special little cue, they'll put everything up. They put it back where they got it from. So we have 1, 2, 3 goes in here, and then they move on to the next station. Okay, so now we're going to move on to my other tubs, and these are mostly for my 2nd graders. So they would go and get a tub. Also, I forgot to tell you too, is everybody's color coordinated. So they would sit on their sit spot. And the reason why I have a couple of them together is because one is from group 1 and one is from group 2. So you'll never see the red person with the pink person at the same time. It's either going to be red because that person is with group 1, and the pink one is from group 2. So they would go ahead and go to their spot, and they would sit down, and then they would look inside their buckets to see what they have. So we have some addition, and then the next one I have in here, I made these. They have some 10 frames. Well, that's how I show them how to do it, is into a 10 frame here and a 10 frame here. And they would use 2 different colors. I have all the materials they need already for them. So they have an eraser and their markers. And so for the first number, they would color in however many they need for that number. And then for the next number, they would start with the pink. It doesn't matter what color. And then they would go ahead and mark how many they need for that number. And then they add them all together and give me the answer. So it's just for addition, because we did work on numbers up to 20, addition to 20. Everything goes back into the bag, and then they put it up. I make sure that they do everything that's inside the bag. If we have enough time. This one's another cute one too. So this one is composing numbers. You just don't have the addition sign in this one. So whenever they get finished, they take the buckets and they put it back where it goes. So then their last station will be the computer station, and this is where everything is housed at. I really like this setup. It's really useful for the kids to be able to get everything themselves. And here is where we keep their QR codes. That's how they log on into our computers at school. And then they have their headphones. I just keep them in a bucket right there. They just grab one and take their laptop and go where they need to go. So I like how we have it this way. Oh, this one's not in correctly. So it goes this way, I like having the charging port out here so that'll be easy if we need to plug them in. I usually have 2 of them plugged in at a time, like this, so that we can just charge them whenever we need to. And later on we can move them. Let me put it over here and charge those. So that's how we keep it all nice and orderly. Of course, it's not orderly with this, but we just take them out whenever we don't need them, and they're already fully charged, which doesn't take them too long to get charged. When we're finished with the chargers, then we just go ahead and put them into our little tubs, and they fit nice and neatly inside, tucked away, and nobody will know they're there. I love it. This little contraction is just for file folders. So let me show you what it looks like. You find it in the office supply. It's like for files, and you put your files in there. And so I just use it to hold my Chromebooks, and it works out really nicely. I love it. You can put 5 in here. We only need 4, so really at one time we only needed 3, and it worked out. I just keep them housed over here next to the outlets, so it's easy for us to charge them whenever we need to. I hope you enjoy this video of how I do my math block with my stations and small group teaching. Maybe it gave you some ideas of how to do your math block with your special education class or just your regular gen ed class. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time.